What's that?
What other new guests do we see, Bo?
Mario Wright. Is that a new
Mario
guest?
Wright?
Andy Weintraub.
Yeah, that's who I was just talking to. Andy's a
And
friend.
Bob Malfors.
Bob Malfors. I think Rick is, yep,
Rick's a member.
The member. We've got Vincent Patterson.
I'm here. I'm here.
Here comes Jane. Hi, Bob. How are you? Who invited you here tonight, Bob?
Who invited me? I just want to get a recap of what I know.
Well, that's fantastic. I hope we do a good job with that. Here comes Jane. You're like the Brady Bunch here. Remember that? Does anybody ever remember that show?
My daughter's actually been watching Brady Bunch on Amazon Prime, I think, or Paramount Plus, one of the streaming services.
So, yeah. I think my dad's favorite show, probably Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea or something stupid like that, was on. I could never watch it. All the kids saw that show, and I think they were ahead of their time with these boxes, right? Jeanette, that's somebody new. Does anyone recognize Jeanette?
There's Mr. Las Vegas.
Mr. Las Vegas?
That's Ken.
All right.
Ken Bartley.
Welcome.
He's a member.
I like that blue background. Here comes Anthony. It'll be about 3 past the hour. Let me know when we want to get started.
Should we hit record?
Well, Mark is still here. Okay, great.
A couple more coming in. There's
okay.
Dr. Harvey.
Let's give everybody a second because I know we recently changed our login, so it's a little new to some people. Yeah. There we go. I always love Harvey's Fathom note taker. That just kills. I love that. I want that.
Hey, Bo. I have a quick question. I noticed that there's a new website and it's telling me I'm inactive and I need to re-sign up. Do you know anything about that? Was there a glitch? I thought I was grandfathered with the old plan. Any word on that, Bo?
Who am I talking to?
Anthony Wilson. Tony Wilson.
Oh, okay, Tony. Yeah. Yeah. Micah might be able to answer that better. Micah, can you chime in on that one?
Micah?
I'm looking up his account. You're talking about the old website, like 2 years ago?
No. I went online and it says I'm inactive, and I'm not sure why. It says I need to update or upgrade. I didn't think there was a need to upgrade.
Let's see. It says you were joined or subscribed to a package no longer available. It looks like you've probably joined under one of the free enrollments in the past because I don't see any active subscriptions.
Well, I enrolled about 2 months ago.
Have you made a monthly payment since then? You have a monthly, even though you joined 2 months.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I set up an account to have it the same account that I signed up in. I assume the monthly came from that.
Yeah, probably should have.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Mark. I might recommend we take the group's time for this and talk afterwards or tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Mark. Also, anyone that does have any kind of support issues like this, we have support@silveris.com so that you can just submit an email and then get your questions answered that way. So I guess without further ado, we will get started. Bo, are you hitting the record button, or Jeff?
I'll let
Or
Jeff
we
do
can-
it.
Don't need to do.
Jeff, can you do
that's
it?
up to you.
Or can Mike hit it?
Recording in
Oh, there it is, there it
progress.
is. Okay, got it.
Okay. I'm going to do a share screen right now. Welcome to Solveris. Let me just get this the right spot here. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. I knew this was going to happen. Okay, can everyone see the screen now? No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and it's full blown. Okay, great. I'm sorry about that. My name is Deborah LaPlante. I am the VP of Business Development at Solveris. We welcome all of you. I'm stepping in tonight for our esteemed leaders, Steve Muckensnabel. Don't say that 3 times because it's a bit of a sentence there. I will ask everyone who is a guest, if you would please just go ahead and enter your name and the person who invited you in the chat box. We'll be talking tonight about Solveris and our solutions for your everyday needs. Before we get going, just a few housekeeping items here. Please, everyone, just mute your microphones. Keep your video on during the presentation, though, because we'd love to see your face and your smiles. If you do have a question, please enter them in the chat. We'll try to address them, but we really want to keep those until after the presentation. There will be a short Q&A. And also, if you wouldn't mind, please don't share any links during this presentation. It's not a networking event. And if you, again, if you're new, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. And we would love you to put your name and whoever invited you to the call in the chat. So the goals of this presentation are to
Deborah,
explain
if I could interrupt you, I'm sorry. I'm not seeing the full screen. It's still showing the pages on the left-hand side.
Okay. And I apologize. Oh, there we go. There we go. Is that better?
I'm still seeing the top part of your browser window. It's not like it was earlier whenever we went through it.
I know, Jeff. It was so easy then. Is that it?
No, it's still showing in the smaller window.
Oh, well, that's fun. Now it's all upside down. But if I just make it bigger?
It looks good, and if you hit F11 on your keyboard, it'll blow up full screen.
Just did that, Micah. Thank you. Is that full screen now?
Still shows in the browser, but I think it's fine. It's readable.
Yeah, it's fine. We could probably just go ahead with it.
I am so sorry.
Hey, an easy fix too is also you can stop the recording and start again, and we'll have a fresh cut.
Good idea.
Opt.
Ugh. Oh, no.
Just let me know when you're ready to restart, and I'll hit record again.
Now I am having trouble getting back to the slides. Okay, are we at the slides yet? I'm so sorry, everyone. Please bear with me. This is a technical difficulty of
Yeah, we're back on the slides now. So
You might want to X out above up there. Yeah, there you go.
That's what I'm trying to do. I can't get that off.
You know what we could, you guys, do is I could take over and do the presentation, and then we can work on this.
Is your voice good enough?
Yeah, I think I can do it.
Well,
Everybody bear with
can
me.
everyone see the slides?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Let's just the show must go on. How's that?
Absolutely.
All right, so
You're doing great.
I apologize, everyone. I just there's a button that I'm just not seeing. Oh, here, you know what it is? This. No, it's not. Okay, we're just going to go on. So these are the goals of our presentation tonight. It's really to explain the difference between traditional marketing and affiliate marketing.
Let me restart the recording. I stopped it. So.
Recording in progress.
Hello, guests, and welcome to Silveris. My name is Deborah LaPlante. I am the VP of Business Development, and I am standing in tonight for our acclaimed president, Steve Muckenstabel. You will be hearing from our president, actually our chairman, sorry, Mark Samus, who is also the founder of Silveris. So a few housekeeping notes. Again, please mute your microphones, but keep your videos on because we love to see you and your smiling faces. If you do have a question, go ahead and enter it in the chat. We're going to hold questions for right now, but we will address questions after our presentation. And if you wouldn't mind, we're really not here to do networking, so if you please don't share personal links, but do put your name and who invited you into the call on the chat. So the goals of our presentation this evening are to explain the difference between traditional marketing and affiliate marketing. We're going to show you a business model that can create more than full-time income with less than part-time effort. And that is traditional versus affiliate. So we're all familiar with the traditional marketing plan. You usually have maybe a product. That product needs to be shipped. It goes into a store or a location where a customer can come and purchase items. And also, when you do this, you have all of these costs associated with getting those items to your customer in the form of TV, radio, direct mail, social media, and even space leasing. There's a newer marketing that's also traditional, where you're getting the product delivered right from the manufacturer to the shipper, and then instead of the consumer going to the store, it's actually shipped again. So the shipping industry, you can see, is doing pretty well. And again, the person who's selling these items has all of these costs associated with TV, radio, direct mail, social media, and a lease space. So direct online marketing takes your product to one shipper and to the end user who might be sitting in front of their PC. And this process would eliminate the need to have some space for a customer to come into your shop. So you no longer need a lease. Now with affiliate marketing, this is where the affiliate comes in, and they actually take the place of TV, radio, direct mail, social media, and space leasing. They take the place of all of that by working directly with the manufacturer to the shipper, directly to the consumer. When you take the services that we have here at Silveris, and you think that we don't even have a manufacturer, instead we have service-based business, then you don't even need a shipper. And the smart affiliate marketer can manufacture, they're not actually doing a manufacturer because we don't have manufacturing here. We have services at Silveris, and the smart affiliate marketer can earn residuals every time someone purchases one of these services. So think about this. Entrepreneurs and businesses, they've been using this one model simply by creating a business and finding specific customers for a specific product or service. And by having that one specific customer and one specific service, people have made billions of dollars. Here's an example of those billions of dollars being made by someone who's simply teaching people to dunk people. So you've heard these kinds of ads, you've seen these kinds of ads in the past, and they used to sell it for $136, but here today you can buy it for $67 only. And if you call in the next 5 minutes, you can get free shipping, and on and on and on. Well, guess what? This one specific service, one specific thing that teaches you one thing has literally made billions of dollars for this one company. Now, imagine that people have been making billions just by creating a business and finding a specific customer or a specific product or service. It works. Now, imagine what you could do if there was a business that shared a menu of services that just about anyone you know could benefit from, and you had an opportunity to share those solutions with every single one that you know. And in just about any conversation you could have, you're going to find a reason to share a solution to one of the problems that we have that people can apply to their everyday life. By doing this, you can actually create multiple streams of income within Silveris, within the various solutions that this company offers. Now, here are some of our solutions. You can offer all of these solutions to customers. We have two levels. We have a customer and we have a person who's a solutions representative. So you have the opportunity to utilize this entire business buffet of service professionals. A lot of them are licensed. You have real estate people who are licensed. You have insurance people who are licensed. Well, guess what? You yourself don't need to be licensed to promote and to introduce people to these services. We have real estate, we have discount travel, we have solar, we have affordable health share, we have real estate, we have financing plans, we have ERC, we have discount health benefits, we have an academy that has courses and has solutions in there for various businesses. We have a prescription drug program, life insurance, multitude of senior services, and many of the solutions here, they provide residual income within each solution. So this is actually a buffet, and the really cool thing about it is the solutions that you see here right now on the platform, which, as someone was saying earlier, is new. Yes, we just launched a whole new look to the platform, a lot more solutions. And you know what? As we get new members, we're always adding more because our members bring great solutions with them. And that is what makes this company unique. And that's what makes it fresh. And all of our solutions, by the way, are unique. They are either unique or they're added value because, a lot of companies that offer affiliate programs, their products are at inflated prices, but here we're the opposite. At Silveris, you have to provide your solution and at a discount for our members, or they have to be unique or exclusive to Silveris. And this is the time when I like to introduce Mark Samus, who is the chairman and founder of Silveris. I know he's been having a little throat situation going on, so bear with him. I think he got a little cup of tea and some honey, and I'd like to stop right now and have Mark take over for this.
Well, thank you, and welcome everybody. I'm not going to have my usual voice or energy, but I do want you to know I started this corporation about 5 years ago, so it's not a startup. We've gone through a lot of growth, and there's been a lot of things that have happened that have improved the company. It's evolved. When I started, it was just in real estate, and now look how many solutions we have. And I had no idea. And also, I'll mention briefly, the company is debt-free and fully capitalized. And our software, that's the most important thing. You don't want to try to fly a plane while you're building it. And that's why I want to introduce a person here, because you really need to know that if you're going to spend your time and energy in something, you want to believe that it's going to be here long term. We could bring in 100,000 people tomorrow and this company would not implode. It's been proven and tested with millions of transactions, hundreds of thousands of distributors. And now I'm going to introduce Micah because he was voted a few years ago top CEO in the world, in the top 10 for CEOs. He's on shows like Shark Tank, investing and helping investors, and he is the one that kind of runs the behind the scenes. And some of the solutions that he's bringing in too that we were working on today, he's just and you know, there's 10 officers. We're all faith-based, we're all transparent, and this gentleman. I think he spends more time at his church helping and with his two daughters and running their robotics than anything else. And there he's smiling. But anyway, it's just a pleasure to meet this gentleman. I've been with him for years now. Micah, I'd like to just kind of share a few things about you and the company. I think people need to know who's really running this thing.
I appreciate that, Mark. I have a small cough as well that I'm dealing with, and I'm drinking honey coffee. So, but I've got a long history in network marketing, and not so much on the affiliate side. I had been an affiliate back in the day, but owning and operating companies. And my last company was voted the #1 company in the United States, direct sales company, in 2014. And I did not get there by happenstance or by throwing something out there, building it, and they came. It was very meticulous. There was a lot of planning and marketing and relationships, and building a strong opportunity for the field, for you guys, where people saw value in the organization. And once we got the recipe right, it went viral. We grew. I think we did like $6 million our first year in business, then 10, then 15, and it just grew from there. But one of the keys to that success, amongst everything else, was software. We wrote the software platform, my development team did, to streamline and automate everything from the virtual office to our warehousing to our supply chain to our commission engine and finances and newsletter communications, you name it. I sold that company in 2017, which would now been 6 years ago. And since then, I've been full-time, doing this for large organizations. So I've come into Silveris with a large amount of logistical and software automation experience, a specific experience in network marketing. So know that behind the scenes, us as officers, we're not poking at it to figure out what works. We know what works. We know what strong relationships are. We know how to automate them, and we know how to create a good opportunity for representatives.
Yeah, thank you. And Silveris is about giving back too, and so we support nonprofits directly out of just taking out of our bank account every month. We have revenue share, which we set aside for nonprofits that some of the members in the field might bring. And we also have an angel membership program. So not just the officers. My vision is for this to be a member-owned company. Regarding giving back, and I didn't let him know I was going to ask him to talk, but Jeff, if you could just keep it to about a minute or so. He is the chairman of We Care, and it's just fabulous what he does. So Jeff, just share briefly if you would.
Sure. Like Mark said, I'm the chairman of We Care Recovery Home. We are a inpatient women's addiction recovery home. It's a 12-month program, and we're about 3.5 years old. And I like to tell people the program is working. It's definitely not anything that I've done myself, but my wife and a few others that are the staff have built the program from the ground up. Over the past 3.5 years, they've just really dug in and they started the program. They put together a policy and procedure manual based on what they knew. That has evolved as situations have come up. They've just done a tremendous job seeing and understanding the needs that these women have as they're going through the recovery process. So to date, we have 12 graduates from our program. 80% of those are what we would consider successful. They haven't gone back into their addiction. They're moving forward. They have jobs. Many of them have restored relationships with their kids and their families, and it's just to watch and see blessed They're giving to our program to help us push forward. And we have big and it's coming in all the time, so it's going really well. And I appreciate your prayers and any support.
Thank you, Jeff. There's a gentleman I'm going to introduce. Bruce has become a very good friend. The final expense program through opportunity, and he's running. He's going to bring in so many insurance agents, and so many new people are going to be signing up for some of the solutions within, and it's happening. One of the, I think, has about 10,000 in, but it's really happening. So Bruce, would you please unmute and just take a minute and just to tell us what you saw in Silveris and what it means to you?
One of the things that I saw showing up, I jumped time ago and early, and I was amazed at how many people were already there. And everybody was just sharing their stories, and glad that we had the tech tonight because it is real. Whenever I see something that just goes too smoothly, all right, to me, I just think, doesn't seem genuine. The one thing that I love about Silveris, not big mistakes, all right, things don't always, but you know what? The diversity of talent that we have just amazes me, all right? We don't let little things slow us down or get in our way. We just keep rolling, we keep moving and grooving. And I'll tell you what, if you want to be with real people who really Zoom glitch, this is where you want to be. All right, real people with real hearts that care about each other, and you become part of the program. And guess what? At first, you feel like you're the new person, all right, but after about 3 or 4 meetings, you really feel like you're part of a family. So God does everything for a reason, and that's why we had those technical difficulties tonight. All right, so we could see how resilient Deborah is. She doesn't let anything, fluster her. And this is just a great place for everybody to be. If you really want to feel like you're part of something real, not fake, not canned, this is where you want to hang your hat.
Thank you, Bruce. And one thing I like to ask people, see if your values line up with ours. I mean, ask yourself a couple of questions. Do I feel like I belong? And even more, do I feel like I have a future with this group? And we have a gentleman who's been a really good friend of mine, been with me with this for about 4 or 5 years, and his name is Bo. Bo has more credentials than anybody in real estate across the country. He's been recruited as a national trainer and speaker in the real estate industry. He recruited almost 500 agents. He's owned a couple of different real estate companies. He sold over $600 million in real estate. Bo knows real estate. Bo, try to keep it to a minute, my friend, just to share a little bit about why Silveris for you.
Well, I think like a lot of other people, I've always been an entrepreneur and done a lot of things and had some good fortune in a lot of them. But in network marketing, I told myself the last time I was never ever going to be in another network marketing company. Then a guy named Gary introduced me to you, Mark, and I saw something in you. I saw your plan and saw what some of your things that you had put together with some attorneys and marketing people, and I thought, gosh, this is really something cool, on the ground floor. And like you said, last couple of meetings, we're really at the sub basement level. We're just starting this thing, And with the new website now up, everything's very exciting. Lots of people are coming in. I handle the real estate. I'm vice president of real estate for the company, and we're doing a big program starting March 18th, where we're going to do the nonprofit program with realtors, and bring a lot of money to the nonprofits, and still with the realtors are going to make a lot of money. It's going to be a good thing for everybody. That's March 18th.
Thank you. Thank you, Bo. And before I give it back, Deborah, I want to share my screen just for a second, because I'm going to go into Bo's back office. Here it is. And if you click on my team here, you're going to see that these are all the people in Bo's front line that he recruited. I mean, there's a lot of them here. But if you want to look at that on a grid, you switch here and you can see him like this, and see this is all these people are in his front line. The next one is the second level. The reason I'm showing you this is because what I wanted to do, and I have a lot of experience, and what I wanted to do is create it for the big hitter and the little guy. I mean, let's say you have a housewife raising 3 kids, but she wants to make an extra $1,000 a month. We have a compensation plan for her. This one, the unilevel, is for the big hitter. Going wide, you can make 7 figures a month. In fact, we've already attracted 3 of those to this organization. But I also wanted it for the other persons who may only recruit 3 people. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to switch on Bo's matrix. And I'm going to show you something here. So in his first spot here is Lane. Here is Brett. And as you can see, you can only have 3. So let's look at this, his third person in his front line. Here's Bill Shaw. Now, I know that Bo didn't know Bill Shaw. This is a friend of mine in New York who owns the largest appraisal company in the 5 boroughs and real estate company. Phenomenal guy, big networker. He fell underneath Bo. So that's going to be a lot of income for Bo. Let's look here under Bill Shaw. I know he doesn't know Greg Gill because I brought in Greg Gill, and he's a retired an attorney. And Dave Dre is a friend of mine in Colorado. William Sweeney, he didn't know him, but let's look at William Sweeney. William Sweeney, he recruited Jerry Rhodes. So I'm going to put Jerry Rhodes at the top. You click on him, he goes to the top. This way you can kind of dig in and help manage your team and help people get to the next level and so forth. And right here it says search by name or email. Let's say you wanted to work with somebody that's quite a few levels deep. Well, you do a search there. You go down 1, you go back up 1, or whatever you guys. Jerry Jack and Charles is a 7-figure income, and it just happened to fall. Timing is everything. What you get to read about us when we're a household name in a couple of years, and I think, gosh, I knew about this back early in 23. You just did one thing a day that takes 5 minutes for this organization and for yourself. You won't believe what you have. And how this develops, everybody, lawyers, they make money, but they're not there. They trade their time for money. Well, wouldn't it be exciting in this concept that if you worked hard for 3 to 4 months, previously what you had done. So it's like, I've never seen a model like it. Businesses, I thought it was too good for network marketing. In 94, a friend of mine finally convinced me to go, and I was impressed with the people there. So I jumped in full time. And it was a tremendous experience. So I took my real estate experience, networking, and it's evolved to what's happened here. So everybody in the industry, everybody believes that networking works. The problem is they don't, like this analogy, the first couple of years, bamboo only grows a few inches, but on that 3rd year, it grows 8 feet. So you want to, has joined it, and he always likes to kind of watch how much time I take. So I'm only going to give him 1 minute. So why Silveris? I mean, you're in it every day. You're running the company. What do you see here?
Yeah, thanks, Mark, and thank you for your amazing energy today. I hope you feel better, actually. As I'm sitting here thinking, if you put all of the multi-level network marketing stuff aside, just put that aside and don't even include that in the business model. What we've created, like in Deborah's presentation, is a menu of services and solutions. Sales rep or an independent solution. All right, so just confused with all the multi-level stuff. Icing on the cake. I mean, I've got all these products, and then these aren't products that you have to purchase and store in your. A lot of the products. Once the
have to do now? Well, you simply need to make the decision to join us. Sign up. You don't have to sell here. You simply need to share whatever you think of you want to meetings like this. You want to invite people to our dives, various solutions, because there's a lot going on. I don't need enough time to go deeply into each solution. So we do that on our Saturday. Build a team. Absolutely. As a smart time that anyone on your team shares a solution, and any 12 levels of this is explained in detail on Sarah's website. It has at this time.
And before we do that, this is Marky. I just want to say that on those Saturdays, since you mentioned, we had Keith on. He's our real estate investment specialist. He went almost an hour and 45 minutes. Patrick on. He's equally exciting. There was about people on that one, and people really like it. You don't have to, but people really like. And so this is all about networking and helping each other. And I'll turn it back to if there are any guests who would like to say hello. Back to you, Deborah.
Oh, have you seen anyone?
You've been able to share with and just we like to, and also the fact that we're able to, some of the solutions is really big into real estate. And I know that Rick had shared a video with him tonight, a brief one, and there are others in terms of real estate as well. So I think it's just important for people to know that there's so much information we can share, but sometimes we need to kind of spoon feed it because there's so much. Oh, Andy has 2 questions. All right, he just popped up. Go, Andy.
I was raising my hand and then I remembered for a grade. But thanks for having me, Denise and Deb, and everybody. So 2 quick questions. One, let's say there are interested customers. One wants to know more about the healthcare and the other wants to know more about the real estate services or whatever the services are. Where do they don't end up on a call like this, right? They go to the Solvres webpage, or where do they go?
Yeah, Deborah, you want me to take that one?
That would be great, Steve.
Okay, thanks. That's a great question, Andy. So the website is designed for each of the solutions to essentially have their own landing page. So if you go onto the front of our Solveris.com site, it'll have different categories with little boxes that flip over and then have the individual solutions within those categories. So if you're looking at real estate and so forth, you can click on those. Now, what's really cool about the software that Micah created, if you're a customer and you go onto that landing page, it will have certain information that the customer needs. But then when you sign up as a member and you go back to that landing page because you're logged in, it will give you additional information that you need as a sales rep. So that's really a cool multifunctional landing page for you. We're working on making, if somebody could mute, we're working on making them more, oh boy, I'm not sure who that is. Is it, maybe that's, all right, hopefully we're good. We're working on making them more, how should I say, streamlined funnels for the customer experience, but also a place where you can go to get all of the tools that you need. For instance, say you need content, you want to share social media images and content for that specific landing page, you'll have a link there that you can just click, boom, and it'll open up in a page with the content for that specific solution. I hope that answered your question.
It did. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. And by the way, I think that was noise. But I've already punished my 2 kids. So
Okay, good.
just for you.
And Andy, and just to let you know, also we have several real estate solutions within Silveris. Bo, and to answer Denise's question also, so on Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we will be having a deep dive discussion on health perks. And the following Saturday, we're going to have a deep dive with Bo Weidman, who wrote it's a nonprofit launch kit for real estate. And that's something I'm very excited about because we're actually going to launch it, and we're going to be looking for and interviewing a handful of agents at Silveris. We're going to, how many? Bo said maybe 12, but it's probably going to be maybe 15 or 20. And
Yeah,
Bo is going to be speaking about that. And that'll be the week after this Saturday. And I believe that's the 2nd of March or 4th.
4th of March, 4th.
The 4th of March, yes. So we'll be taking applications then and going into a deep dive about that. And then that program is actually going to start on March 18th. And I really feel like that's going to help a lot of nonprofits. And it's going to be very exciting for all of our folks in real estate.
And I'll sign up tonight if you give Deborah and I Jersey, and I'll take Philly also. I'll sign up tonight.
Andy, you are welcome to apply. I know I spoke to you briefly about this.
Yeah.
And I would love to have you on our team with this. Yes, I really would.
Make sure, Denise, that you send Andy a link to Keith's presentation, 2 Saturdays ago? Because there is a deadline on his program. And Andy, if you're in real estate, I was in real estate for over 15 years as a broker and investor. It's $195 for his program. Now, this is a program that should be tens of thousands of dollars, and we get it for $195 until March 1st. Yeah. So if you're interested at all in this, and real estate, even if you're experienced, Bo's got all the experience in the world in real estate and still benefits from the information that you get from Keith. You're getting 3 calls weekly with Keith in this program on how to use real estate to generate more wealth.
Yeah, I need to jump in too.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. I'm so glad. Thank you, because for anyone that is interested in real estate investing, or a nonprofit that's attached with Keith's Next Gen, you cannot get any real estate guru, take your pick, to talk to you for $195 one time for an hour, even for 30 minutes. And you're getting Keith live 3 times a week, plus his program. It's insane. It really is.
I want to share one thing, if I could. I need to share one thing real quick, because you mentioned health perks on Saturday. Brian is the managing partner that's going to be speaking. He does the heavy lifting, you guys. We have a lot of members that are saving thousands of dollars through this program, and you can't get it on our website. You get it for $17.95 a month. It's telemedicine with dental and vision. It's just incredible. And if you know a business that has a few employees, or 1,000 or 2,000 employees, all you need to do is ask them if they wouldn't mind listening just for a minute to how you can provide this tremendous perk to your employees. Brian goes in and does the heavy lifting. If you were to refer a company that had a couple thousand people, you could make $4,000 or $5,000 a month in residual income just off that one. You're going to learn about that this Saturday. And the thing with Keith, about a couple Saturdays ago, he's taken a new interest in he's actually an angel member. He's one of the owners. He's going to be on our website. His picture and bio as an advisor. And he's also taken a very strong position with his nonprofit, Beyond Living, and he's going to start bringing in thousands of people himself. So the people this attracting, again, is very exciting. I promise to stay out.
We love you, Mark.
Can I ask my second question?
Yes.
Real quick. I just wanted to know, so I also, I like to work with, I'm more of a B2B guy than a B2C guy. And if I wanted to introduce companies for their services, is there a set of guidelines for that or some sort of structure, program, anything of that nature?
You're meaning introduce companies as a solution?
Yes.
Yeah, right now it's just reach out. I'm in the process. We've been so busy of creating like a form that they can fill out. But really all you need to do, Andy, is just reach out to me, make the introduction like an email, and we'll set up a 3-way call on Zoom like this or meeting. And just to kind of vet and see if the program is something that would work for our business model. Okay.
And then am I compensated on, am I just adding to the benefits or are we compensated for professionals?
Yeah, it's what's unique about Silveris is we can flex a lot, but everything is really on a case-by-case basis because a lot depends on margins. For instance, our impact share health program, that's not something that people earn commissions on. There was no margins there, but we didn't want to give up the amazing rates that we could get with them. And it's a great service for our members. So if you become a member and you're paying $29.95 or $79.95 as a sales rep, but you can save $300, $400, $500 a month on health insurance or something that replaces your health insurance, it's a complete no-brainer. So we offer that as not a commissionable service, but as a perk for our members.
Yeah, and also, hey, Andy, Mark here. Also, yes, our plan is to have a tremendous override for it. If somebody brings a solution in that works, like Keys, for example, the person that brings that in gets paid every time somebody purchases that program. And the margins, if there's margins there, like I mentioned, health perks. I mentioned you can't get it for that price on their website. Well, for that $17.95, I negotiated. We only pay $10.30. So every time somebody each month pays their subscription, that's paid 12 levels deep, and everybody earns money. It's perfect. But Steve's right. Depends on the margins. But our plan, our formula, is to have overrides on for anybody that brings in a solution.
I also wanted to I just wanted to add something real quick too about Keith. I know that he has been in the circuit, just speaking at Berkeley and Yale and, TED Talks and everything else. And people paid him $10,000 a day, right, to help him with his business. I mean, and I've been on several of his coaching calls over the past couple of weeks, as has Rick Wilson, Andy, as you know, Rick. Amazing character, gentleman, faith-based individual. When he says he's going to give you a half hour, 45 minutes, it turns into an hour and a half because he'll just keep going as long as the conversation is relevant. It's truly amazing. And so I'm so glad you joined us tonight. And also health perks. We forget sometimes to mention, I think, that they have this amazing travel benefit, which saves you between, I think it's 65%, correct me someone if I'm wrong, over Expedia and Travelocity because they do wholesale. I mean, that alone is, I love to travel. So to know that I can save that amount of money, that's huge. Huge.
Great points, Denise. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's so many products in here. How do you manage to brand yourself? Because you need to brand yourself, right? It's not just about the products, that it's branding yourself. How are you branding yourself? Is there a training on that? Or because if there isn't, there really should be, because that's one of the necessities is for people to know what you're about and who you're about and who you're with and all the products you have. You need to brand yourself, don't you?
Yeah, that's a great point, Carl. And that's what's kind of unique about network marketing, because Silveris might not be the only company that you're working with. I direct your attention to Sam Silver. If you look at his, I guess it's a picture of some kind that he has up when he's not, his video isn't. It says samsilversolutions.com. Sam is branding himself. He's not necessarily branding just Silveris, but he says, hey, I'm Sam. I can help people in these ways. And one of the ways he can help people is with the individual solutions within Silveris.
I'd like to get the next one with some help on that. I do myself. I have other companies myself. I also have a utility company, and I have a company that I love, and I get stuff from them auto shipped every month, and I wouldn't trade them for the world. But You know, it's all about branding yourself and what you do, because if you turn around and don't, then how's anybody going to know what you stand for? You know what I'm saying? Or what you
Carl, you gave me a great idea. I think one of our training sessions on Saturday, we need to have Sam do a little session on branding, right? And a little bit of training on that one. And we can have multiple people do that. I think you're smiling, Sam. You're pretty shaded in there, but I think you got a smile on it. But yeah, so that's training that we can also record, put in our training portal, so it'll be available anytime you need to by video.
All right. Well, I got my answers. I just wanted to know. I mean, so many people go out there and they try to, advertise a link, and all that. They need to advertise themselves in the branding method. So, Sam, if you could step up and, show some pointers, man, it would be awesome. They'd be off the charts.
It's a great point, Carl, and hopefully over time, people being coming to our Silveris meetings and learning how we work. We're not sales people. We talk about that in the form of an entity. We're sales reps and so forth, but you shouldn't have to sell anything. And even advertising, yes, you want to expose people to what you have to offer, but we just want to make relationships, build relationships with people, have conversations.
All things services, Steve, rather than a business, because that business rapport goes, it just doesn't go in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's the only thing I would have to say about that, because of that reason. I mean, we got to brand ourselves so people know what we're going to, help them to sell them or train them on how to become better than what we are, obviously, because that's how you get better, is you learn from somebody that knows more about the subject matter. You know,
Carl, you sound like a great fit.
Right. Thank you so much, Carl. Thank you. And you know what? Mark Samus always says Silveris is going to be a household name. And guess what? I believe him.
If I could ever get away from that shiny object syndrome, I'd be all set. I mean, I've been going for 14 years. I started off with utility company, consumer choice marketing, and calling leads 50, 75 a day, and then calling them back within 48 hours and taking it away, type things, give it, and then if they're not interested, then just take it away, and so, I've learned a lot throughout the years, but I have a feeling there's a lot more to be learned right here that I'm not learning. So I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I don't see any more questions. Denise, your hand is up. Was that from before?
Let her rip, potato chip. Let her rip.
All right. Well, everyone,
Yes, from
thank you.
before. I've had trouble
Well,
with
thank
my
you,
reactions
everyone.
tonight.
Thank you for putting up with the technical difficulties, and it's been a pleasure to have all of you here. Steve, do you have any last words for us?
I don't. I'm sorry I missed the technical train wreck, but I'm excited to hear the story later. So it was great seeing everyone, a lot of new faces. Be sure to reach out to the person that invited you if you have any questions, and just set up a three-way Zoom. I'm more than happy to jump on and chat with people and make sure your questions are answered.
All I say is, love my familia.
There you go.
Great job, Deborah.
Right. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Next Thursday, 4 o'clock.
Great job,
Yes.
Deb. And Denise, thanks for having me.
Good job, y'all.
You're welcome.
This is a typical maniac. What do you expect?
All right. Let's do the camera. There we go. I hope it all recorded. Let me see. Let me test and go to the recording and see if you guys can hear me right now. Because I'm still recording. Give me a sec. Well, right now you can hear me, but I don't know if it all came through. Let's see. All right, I'm still recording. Okay, it's working. So thank you so much for coming and watching my stream. And we will talk to you soon during the next stream. You had a great evening. Bye for now.